Boy, that shit was some nonsense. Pardon me. Man, phone, I told y'all, as soon as this shit get a little bit warm, then all of a sudden I can't record no more. So we was amidst night one of Halloween Havoc from the 24th of October. I guess we'll jump straight into it. There's a couple of surprises. I got another day to think about it, man. I was mad. Jeez, we was on the roll. We was actually making some progress with that. So, mm, after a day of thinking about it, man, like I said, NXT is a third brand now, for real. It feels like a third brand. HBK has been down there doing this thing for a while, and everything isn't the greatest, but I know that he's had some time to really see how it's grown and evolved and shifted throughout the years. He's been there for all of the eras, so it's like, yeah, like I've given it time to really think about that, and it's like, yeah, man, what he's bringing now, man, it's almost like a childhood dream come true to even see this like to see inside, get at least a peer inside of the mind of these superstars that had such a what's a word to use, had such a say so in, or had such a care for their careers when they were on stage, when they were on camera and such like that, and he knows what they're looking for. So there goes that. um what's a free promo with pre-ordering Becky's book before it comes out? Do that. You know what I mean? Because I was starting to pull for her as the NXT Women's Champion. I guess maybe she got to go on promo tour. I don't know. We're gonna see Becky for. I mean, they don't really got to do much. Well, I don't know. But yeah, man, she was Women's Champion, and I was really starting to enjoy that. I was starting to pull for it because it was getting a little bit of that main roster feel, like that aura. But that clearly changed last night. Night one Halloween Havoc. This was the big, thing for the show. So shouts to that, and we'll get into it once we get to the main event. But all right, let's run back through this. All right, Roxanne Perez, Kiana James, Devil's Playground match. Kiana James has arrived. Roxanne has clearly arrived. She's here. She's been here a little bit longer, but she's been chilling online, waiting for everyone else to get to the points that her and now Kiana James is at. So that's how I feel about it. The match was crazy. Kiana went and caught herself a little Trish bump. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh my goodness, like, uh, is her up there now? Top five. It's like her and then Tiff. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's definitely the slots. You know what I mean? Roxy's clearly right up there with that too. So it's I'm liking where the women's division is looking. Lexis King, Dante Chen. That's what we was getting at. Shouts to the full level up program. Everybody down there. Well, you know what? We gonna say down there at that one, because that's where the future is really being cultivated. That's where step one really is. So Dante Chen is a very popular name down there, and I think he should remain in that space because uh, he's getting something popping with Boa, and this is where my phone was pretty much starting to overheat. He's getting something going with Boa, and I'm liking that little dynamic they're creating because the crowd is so with Dante Chen. I feel like him and Boa can create something. They could get Boa right back over because he has had a lot of start stops with his injuries and such like that. Like Boa, I believe Boa was on the first episode at NXT 1.0. Or no, 1.5 when they got on USA. So, he's been around. He's a mainstay, and they haven't released him. So I think that speaks volumes. And there've been a lot. Pardon me. There've been a lot of releases since. Now that I'm thinking back in retrospect, like, yeah. So let Boa live. Let's get that going. And him and Dante Chen, I really feel like they might have some kind of like real chemistry there beyond their heritage or whatever, so have you. So then we've heard about this Lexus King character for a while, a lot of like his own personal story, and I get it, and I appreciate it, and we'll just see how time presents us, or how time progresses. So how he presented on TV, you know what I mean? We'll just wait for it. You know what I mean? Like, we know he's present. Okay, cool. There's actually still a line, so we got to look at who's technically in front of him right now, which even she made an appearance. So it's like, okay, cool. Next match, Ariana Grace. Yeah, Ariana Grace, Kalani Jordan. All right. I'm a little impartial to Kalani. I'm not gonna front. She's a solid one. I don't really like throwing around like favorites anything like that, but she was one from that side of the bracket that I had my eye on for a while. She came up through the level up program with everyone else, and well, not everyone else, but mostly all of the new faces that we're seeing. So Yeah, I've been pulling for her for a while. She's really athletic, got all of the things. I think she just needs more practice. So, and it's continuing because she's getting in the ring. She caught the victory, so it's like, all right, that's good. But Ariana Grace, man, I feel like she's already a star. I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to gas anything because it's so early in these careers, but or potentials. But it's definitely like she's found a character, or they found a character for her that definitely would fit all elements of the roster. Like I don't know if we've seen a Miss NXT before. I know I haven't. So this is, I think it's funny. I think it's one of those character things that definitely fit into the fun and wacky element, but it still has room, for growth. So I didn't even get to see that match. I'm actually upset about it, so I didn't want to talk about it no more. Okay, Chase U, Tony Danzo and Stacks tag championship match. Whole bunch of craziness. JC Jane is on deck. I actually thought Chase U was gonna lose that match just off the strength that it looked like it was still forming together. But no, no, no. What in the world actually happened to that? Because it's a day now. Oh man. Oh yeah. JC wanted to toss the crowbar in, and Andre said, "No, we're not doing that. We're gonna do this the right way." I understand. He still picked up the victory. It's gonna be interesting to see how, the headmaster over there wants to move forward because technically JC is the reason they champions now. But how's the Rockstar about the impact Chase U? Because I was thinking we were gonna see JC leaning a little more into the Chase U element. It's like no, she's still her own Rockstar character. I'm a little iffy on that one, but we gonna see what happens. Like I'm not trusting nothing when it come to nothing. She don't look like she part of the gang yet. You know what I mean? But she definitely did just win them tag. Like she's technically she could be seen as a tag team specialist now. If we really looking at it, So shouts to JC. You know what I mean? And you know, Thea is she's on the path right now. She's going. So we're gonna see how it goes. Tag champs. Come on now, let's just celebrate. And shouts to Duke for picking up the victory because that's exactly what happened. Now moving on. Blair Davenport, Gigi Dolan, lights out match. Shit, I felt like the phone gonna go lights out in a couple of minutes. So let's hurry this along. Um, Blair got the win. Gigi is such a rare character now that we're just gonna continue to take care of her. Like it doesn't. She's not enhancement talent. She's doing a lot of favors recently, and I can understand that her path is a little different coming in, but yeah, we're not losing hope on Gigi at all, and this is just another favor she did for another very deserving superstar, in my opinion, in Blair, because she's been waiting in line for a while, and we'll see if it's just so much, you know what I mean? Like I do see how overwhelming it is, but yeah, man, they're solid spots in the women's division right now, and then moving forward, I also see the same thing. So I'm optimistic for them. They didn't give me no damn women's matches for outside of the women's championship match, but there was a lot of girls on the show, so that's really all I can ask for. I'm just glad it was happening. Give them some more time and like give thanks for that. So Lola Vice, Carmen Petrovic. Saw a girl with the kicks and the karates and all that, whatever she fight with. Yeah, she's solid. And then Lola Vice, she's a clear hot one. Like she's one of those that they wanna like. She's appeal. We see the appeal. So let's keep it going because it's so many different elements now going into this melting pot of like the NXT 3.0 character chamber. So it's like let's see what we get out of it because I'm really enjoying what I'm looking at, and that's how I feel about that. So shouts to the breakout tournament still being a thing. Lila Valkyria, Becky Lynch. Lila came out in December. I think I was around for right around her first matches or something like that. And we've always had it was just for myself watching. Myself and Lila have had somewhat of a parallel when it comes to this, and I'm just watching. I'm seeing her perform but I'm definitely appreciating them seeing something in her, a little tiny dynamo. We're gonna need that, and Hunger Games is coming out. She definitely brings that element. I feel like when she gets to the main roster, her and the Unholy Union Uh, there's something there. I don't know what type of chemistry, but there's definitely a vibe in that energy. So I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, what they do with Lyra now that everybody has been shifted around and shit has been shaken up a little bit. Like injuries, unhappy, waiting for certain people to get back. Everyone just wants to see who's gonna be trusted with the ball. After Becky, it's like, okay, now Lyra's the one being trusted with it. Let's see what she do. Like she's clearly proven herself, and I'm not gonna be pessimistic toward it at all. I know she little, I know she could go. We need to see more out of her, but hey, look, man, if she's transitional, we got Kiana right there, we got Roxy right there, but then we gonna need the machine gonna keep on going. So with that, my machine probably gonna stop going in a little bit. So before this thing overheat, make sure you subscribe. I appreciate you taking the time to listen. And part of my crazy ass hair, I'll catch up at the next one.